Hi, welcome to today's session. My name is Tian Long. I'm the Managing Director of FEDEX Malaysia. It's truly an honor to be here today to share with everyone here how you can bring your products overseas. Now, I have 15 years of experience with FEDEX Malaysia, raising from a mere engineer back 15 years ago to where I am now as the Managing Director of FEDEX Malaysia. Over the course of my journey, I've been based in Penang and I've been based in Thailand. So I'm sure the wealth of experience that my team and myself have will help you guide your products as you move your shipments overseas. A little bit about FedEx and FedEx Malaysia. Now, we are a large integrated logistics service provider that operates in more than 220 countries and territories. In Malaysia itself, we have more than 1,700 team members that are here to support your shipments going overseas. Spanning across 13 stations, 3 gateways from Penang, KLIA, all the way to Johor, we have more than 250 authorized ship centers, which you can find FedEx services, with more than 33 dedicated flights per week and more than 251 vehicles. We are here to ensure that your shipments moves out of Malaysia smoothly. Now, what do we do at FedEx, you might ask, right? From parcel to freight, shipments and palletized, we are a one-stop shop, reliable global delivery service to couple with strong digital solutions to help our customers, which is you, streamline your supply chain and more importantly, grow your business. So what do we offer in FedEx? And this is really some highlights of what we have done so far, right? You can hear a little bit about our e-commerce and service expansions, right? How our products, which FICP, which I cover later on, and our strong connectivity from Johor shipments coming in via Singapore and tapping into our Singapore Anchorage flight to connect to the US. The very partnership with MATRADE here today that we are here to support SME is one of the things that we were very excited to celebrate with MATRADE about last year when we signed the MOU, and this is one of the key sessions establishing our partnership. We also support sustainability. Our EV deployment all the way from the north to the south is what we are committed to make the world a more sustainable place. Our community give back, right? For example, our CSR activities in Malaysia, from donating more than 3.6 tons of Purple Tote initiative under our FedEx Care, being named AmCham 5 years in a row as a FedEx AmCham Cares Award, and our own vegetable farming. Do you know urban farming can be done right here in Petaling Jaya? And that's what we have done for the last 2 to 3 years. Finally, we believe in developing the youth of the future, right? FedEx has partnered with Junior Achievement to ensure that we have the International Trade Challenge that enables entrepreneurs to start at a very young age and how to think and go global. So we talked a little bit just now about the FedEx overview. So here's where we are. We are globally more than 500,000 team members. We have more than 698 aircrafts. And you zoom into the Malaysia part, we have the 33 flights operating here. We provide time-definite options, and we have more value-added options that will be important to you as you talk about packaging and everything, and we will cover shortly. Lastly, when you use us, right, our service is door-to-door, and we provide the whole custom clearance journey, the support together to make sure your shipment connects from Malaysia to any point of the world. So why is efficient logistics truly important for Halal export, right? So let me just zoom into what is really logistics. We need to make sure that your goods packed in the manner that you expect it to be reaches the final destination in that manner, and you have a happy customer, the buyer there, smiling when they receive the package. So if you look at the part about logistics, right, once we leave the R&D of your product to you, but from then onwards, what actually takes place? Firstly, someone will need to pick it up. We need to sort it, bring it back to our warehouse to make sure it connects onto the right type of transportation, be it the flight, shipping, or even trucking. Then we need to take care of both the custom clearance process at the origin, which is Malaysia, and at the destination, be it China, Middle East, or US. Lastly, once it reaches there, we need to make sure that it gets delivered in the manner that you require it to be intact and on time. So what are the steps to getting your halal product right for export, right? Firstly, make sure you understand your products and make sure it meets the international standards for halal. If you're shipping something that's perishable, make sure you understand the shelf life, right? If it's edible items, how long it is before the expiry date, the quality, and more important, as you prepare, all countries' import requirements may differ from one to another. The next is packaging, right? You want to make sure that your packaging is durable, tamper-proof, and if required, for example, if you're shipping Malaysia's famous durians, you need to make sure that it's temperature controlled, right? And your label needs to be clear so that people can recognize both the authorities as well as your customer. Then the next is making sure you select the right shipping services, be it using air, economy model, or even cold chain solution. And what is important is you are able to track your product across the entire journey to share with your customer as and when the product is going through the next process. For example, custom clearance, right? Making sure that the visibility is there for your end buyer. Lastly, the documentation, right? What your commercial invoice needs to be prepared properly, and as well as lately, if you hear about certificate of origin and any other permits needs to be there to avoid clearance delay at the destination. So this is basically the 4 basic steps, and we'll share a little bit more in detail over the next few slides. So let's making sure you pack it like a pro, right? So you need to choose the right box type, right? You will need to make sure that it can survive. For example, if it goes onto the flight, right, it needs to be able to withstand compression and decompression as the aircraft takes off and land. Make sure you pack your box to make sure that it's able to withstand some degree of what we call motion, right? It's meant to transport, right? So you cannot make sure that if you knock a little bit, your product gets damaged, right? That's not the intent, and you make sure it needs to be well packed. Seal with care and label smartly. If you need the box facing upwards, make sure the contents are packed in the right direction, that it's pointing upwards. So pack it like a pro, and your product will reach there safely like a pro. So next is understanding what kind of service you could use. Using FEDEX Malaysia's services as a base, we have a list of products here, right? From International First, Priority Express, FedEx International Connect Plus, and FedEx International Economy. And for freight services, that means once your business gets really big and you're moving by the pallets, right? Don't worry, we have still the right solutions, right? And what is the transit time you're looking for? Next day service, 2-day service, 7-day service, right? Get a good understanding about that and understanding what kind of space that you require, all falls into it. And that's where understanding service. We even have some of our products moving on road if you ship within Asia, right? So that's another thing to look out for. So more complex than this is if you are shipping something really that needs special service, right? We have a few other options that you can actually look into. For example, next flight out. So if you are shipping something extremely critical, for example, you have a flight part that requires one aircraft somewhere across the globe, we have a next flight out option. The special services allows us to then also put in like dedicated collection and delivery points customized to your special needs. That's coupled together with what we call dedicated delivery vehicles. And then we have onboard couriers. Could you imagine the courier boarding the flight and carrying the thing in the belly as a what do you call that, a check-in luggage? Well, we actually are able to do that for you. And finally, if your business reaches the point you want the entire aircraft, the air charter is available for you. So another thing that could be of great understanding is dangerous goods. Now, when you board a commercial airline, you normally see that there's a sign during check-in, are you carrying any of these items? Most of them fall under the dangerous goods. In fact, if you put all your handphones together, your whole family, maybe like if you're traveling in a group of six to seven handphones put together could be a dangerous good because of the battery contents. Now, we got this covered for you. FedEx as a carrier is able to then carry all the dangerous goods for you. And it's really important to understand what are your goods that you're carrying and how do you need to pack it. This is even more stringent than what you saw earlier that we share, right? Because we need to make sure that the flammable products doesn't catch fire. So reach out to us, and also you can get a better understanding how to move your dangerous goods. Now we talk about cold chain. right? As I shared earlier, there are a lot of the products that go out of Malaysia, especially our great food, be it sambal belacan, be it the durians that we ship out, the bird nest that we have, and multiple products that are perishable that needs to be kept in a controlled environment. Here we say that we have 2 to 3 different solutions. You have the 15 degrees Celsius to the 25 degrees Celsius, which is a controlled room temperature, right? And then we have the really cold one that goes from 2 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius. And finally, the negative 25 degrees Celsius to negative 10 degrees Celsius. So depending on your requirements, you really should not, for example, choose something that's from 15 to 25 degrees Celsius and put it into something frozen, right? Understanding your supply chain, and that's where your partner comes in handy to advise you how to go about it. Now, it's not just the room itself that's controlled, right? It's throughout the process, from the containers in the aircraft, on the ship, that needs to be monitored and well understood. Even dry ice repacking, replenishing, right, really comes into play when you move such product. And that's how we keep the durian fresh. So you heard I say about this, and this is FedEx itself, our capabilities, right? Re-icing, moving shipments on our aircraft, getting sure the right temperature setting process on our own FedEx aircraft is where we come in to help you solve those needs, right? So if you are shipping products like that, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help. So back to Malaysia, how do you get your shipment exported out of Malaysia? So every shipment that comes out of Malaysia will require some form of K2 form. Over my right hand side here, you have seen that we have shown all the different K2 formats by Royal Malaysia Customs. So this is where the part begins, is when you look at your product that you're shipping out, we'll confirm it with the HS code that's being used. Now, from the HS code, it will decide whether is it a normal item, or is it a control or forbidden item, or something that you need other government agencies licensed to export. For example, in this case, an STA permit, right? So you're a strategic trade act shipment. If you are shipping with ICs and semiconductors, maybe your goods might be under STA and you will need a permit prior to exporting. So it's actually only 3 simple categories that you fall inside. And here are the corresponding processes. Once you have gotten the necessary permits, I think we will submit it, and then it will go to full customs for inspection if necessary. Now, there's another part that if there are a few products that require duties to be paid upon export. For example, rubber-based items will require some degree of duties to be charged prior to exporting. Now, once you have paid and settled everything, you are free to export from Malaysia to your customer. So we started off earlier sharing you the 5 simple steps, and here is how FedEx really is ready to support you from getting your shipment prepared, getting your rates in, opening the account. All could be done online. Then you can track your shipment, and then you can go on to providing the right details for customs. Look up on our solutions. We actually help you get the right tariff code, so you can actually calculate the landing cost of the duty and tax at the receiving port. So receiving it, getting the invoice, and finally getting the report to tell you what you have shipped throughout the month, and actually helping you optimize your supply chain even better for your customers. So just a little bit of where you can find us in Malaysia. This is across the West Malaysia and East Malaysia at Kuching. This is where you can come to our physical locations if you need our services, or you can drop by our FedEx authorized ship centers, MEB, or parcel hubs. So lastly, before we all talk about the other stuff, you are a small business. Does it mean that you cannot use FedEx? No, we are more than happy to have you as you penetrate the globe on the e-commerce business. So we have developed specific solutions for that. And what do I mean by that? If you look at the platforms that we have integrated with, right, and provide the solutions in, I think this table here shows you the large range of people that are working with, so that if you start selling and using this solution, you can easily integrate with our solutions to manage your supply chain. So worry not, we are here to provide you the right solutions together with the partners. So what does this all mean, right? So think about it, I would just pull out this part about labor generations. Once you integrate, your orders is seamless all the way to the air review generation and creating that label that will be pasted on your box, right? So we are fully comprehensively integrated to provide you that seamless experience that reduce the time you need to worry about your logistics solution. So I mentioned earlier, we have products that are specifically for e-commerce, and this is the FedEx International Connect Plus service, or known to us as FICP, for your e-commerce business. So let me then share a little bit of examples of Malaysian businesses that have used FedEx to have gone global. Where better to start than Batik is something that we are proud of, that is truly Malaysian, right? So Batik Boutique has used FedEx to carry its handcraft batik across the globe. And not only that, it preserves our Malaysian tradition together with an art form that is environmentally conscious to the global audience. So this is how we have supported local businesses to grow global. And it's not just once. If you look at the next one, we have from the Jasmine Group. So the hijab, and innovating what was a traditional business that has now gone across the globe as well. So this is truly something that I believe both MATRADE and FedEx, really believe that SMEs in Malaysia are poised to go global, and the products are well appreciated once it's able to reach the shores. And you need a reliable partner to help you connect to your end customer. So how can we help you reach those goals, right? So our account management is to help you manage and advise your supply chain as you open up new markets. So we have an effective support system, single point of contact, and we can review your business with you, telling you where are you shipping, where is the most consumption for, back with our data analysis to help develop a strategic business plan for your own business to grow. So here are the few key contacts that we want you to remember. So there's a technical support, there's our customer care, please dial 1-800-88-6363, or our full clearance team that can help you understand the clearance requirement both in and out of Malaysia.
It started out as one entrepreneur's dream. In 1973, with 14 planes delivering 186 packages to 25 U.S. cities, that dream became a reality and an industry was born. Fred Smith created a new way of doing business by introducing hub-and-spoke logistics, pioneering shipment tracking and visibility, and creating efficient, flexible supply chains. Today, we're delivering to every corner of the globe, connecting people and businesses in ways once thought impossible. We're committed to helping the communities where we live and work, and maintain a relentless focus on putting our customers first to help companies of all sizes succeed. Our people work tirelessly to make it happen because they know that what they do matters. We're one global team, passionate, determined, and ready to take FedEx into the future. A future of sustainability, innovation, and harnessing data for even smarter and more efficient ways of connecting people to their dreams. Because at FedEx, we don't just deliver packages, we deliver possibilities, and we're just getting started.
So with that, we thank you very much for your time spent with us today, and we'll be ever ready to support you in your dreams to take your product to go global. Thank you very much.